This is the last lecture now. So let me complete this problem of membrane shell, standard of membrane action. So got stuck, in the end of last lecture because I did not understand what I read. But now, idea is that we put this shell. See, shell in the length. We are talking of in the length direction. X equal to 0 and x equal to L are now I have taken my coordinate in the middle of the shell. X equal to L by 2 plus minus L by 2. X in the center, it is easier. X equal to in the center. So x equal to plus minus L by 2, this has to be supported. Now what kind of support? So we will give a support in such a way that it does not offer any at the support, it does not offer any resistance to a force in x direction. How this is possible? So that one is possible through a kind of member or a ring. We not call it ring, but there is a particular name, diaphragm. We put a diaphragm at the end of the two shells. So like this diaphragm. Diaphragm is very thin in its own plane. It is just like this. It is very stiff in its own plane, but very flexible out of the plane. So this is very flexible. So the property of diaphragm is that a small force in x direction will make it deflect. So that means there will be u displacement. Along x, u displacement will be there. So that means nx has to be 0 at the support. If it deflects means it is so flimsy out of the plane. Out of the plane it is very flimsy, but in the plane it is very stiff. That member is called diaphragm. So in shell and plate, this is a very special type of support that has to be devised, that we put it on a diaphragm. Okay. So we put the support, the x equal to 0 and x equal to L. So we will continue, that is membrane theory of shell of, I think it is not axisymmetric shell so far, so it is a shell of revolution, membrane theory of revolution. It is a complete shell. So the problem is coming that this is my shell, and here I have to put a support condition. So now I am fixing my measuring x from here, and this one is L by 2. Now this is diaphragm, a special support. Diaphragm. So at x equal to boundary conditions, at x equal to plus minus L by 2, I want to make nx equal to 0. Nx equal to 0 can be made by putting a diaphragm. A member which is very stiff in its own plane but very flexible out of the plane. Okay, so it is called diaphragm support. By which one? Symmetry, if you take, certainly we can do, but now I have taken so far I have not prescribed, I have only said what? That Px, there is no Px, load along Px is not there. Px equal to 0, P phi is there and Pn also is there. The three components of the load along x, along circumference and along normal. So 2 are there, only there is no load along x direction. Okay. So here now we had got a solution here. So all that Nx. So we had got a formula for Nx in the last class. So Nx was x square by 2, x square by 2r df phi by d phi minus x by r df1 phi by d phi plus f2. Okay, so substitute this please. Nx equal to 0 at x equal to minus L by 2 plus L by 2. Two conditions. So at x equal to minus L by 2, Nx is 0. So if I put minus L by 2, see it will make a difference here. It will make a difference here. So if I put minus x L by 2, so 0 equal to L by 2. So L square by 4, that means L square by 8R plus L by 2R Another one will be 0 will be equal to, this will same L square by 8R, this will be same and this will become minus. So we have got two equations and two unknowns f1 and f2, which we have to find out. So if you see, if you add the two, what you will get? This will become 0, and then this will become twice, and this will be 2f2. So f2 will come out to be how much? Yes. So f2 can be, therefore f2. So we can find out, therefore f2. So by adding the 2, we can get f2 equal to, therefore f2 is equal to add 2 times, so 2 times it will become same, L square by 8 minus L square by 8R d f phi by d phi. Substitute this f2 in the first one or second one. What will you get? f1. So if you substitute this is same as this, na? Yes, so this is f2 equal to minus, so this becomes, this is 0, and therefore f1 df1 by d phi equal to 0. Yes, I mean, which leads to, I have written here that f1 phi is 0. How? Anybody will prove this? How? Yes. This is all right. These are the two conditions have been put. F2 is quite all right. F2 is what we have written. What about F1? So F1 is what? A function of x. But in our case, nothing is function of x. We have not applied. All quantities are independent of x. Therefore, that function of x has to be 0. In our case, our shell is such that we have not applied a load along x. So everything is only a function of, it is independent of x. That is what we have written right in the beginning. Our solutions are independent. So while it says function of, so I will only say this comes that F1 d F1 phi by df d phi is coming 0. Therefore, F1 phi, how can F1 phi be a function? First of all, a function of x. No, just a minute, sir. This is not a function of x. While this one is saying, so it is not positive. So this has to be. So F1 is 0 and F2 is this. So anyway, so this is therefore, so therefore it is 0. So therefore, Nx phi is equal to x f phi and Nx minus 1 by 8r L square minus 4. ये कहाँ से आ गया? F1 phi function of x are a constant, so that it derivative with phi is 0. But the question is, see, the F1 phi, but the yes, okay, F1 phi can be a function of x or a constant. Are a constant, so that derivative is 0. Now it cannot be a function of x. So here it is a constant. Now this constant F1 phi is a constant. So then in what way it will, that constant we are taking equal to 0 here. Many differential equation we do this. When it comes to solution, we have to give some reasoning. So here, what is F1? Where is F1 coming? F1 is coming to in Nx phi. Nx phi is F1. It is a function of phi. See, it says it is a function of phi. So it is not admissible. The solution, nature of solution is such that it has to be a function of phi. Now, otherwise it has to be 0. So it is 0. So it is not admissible. So these two are not admissible. Therefore 0. So then you please substitute these solutions. This is okay? Is it okay? No. This one, please check up. Is this okay? Nx is okay? Nx. What was the expression for Nx? Yes. F2 hai na bhai. You'll have to add F2, na? F2 is this much. So that is why now I have, you see, this expression is x square. This is x square. And F2 also is coming out to be L square by 8r. So I have now combined the two and I have put 1 by 8r L square minus 4x square. Okay, this one. Okay, after substitution of F2. So Nx is this and N phi is. So we have got the solution. These are the three quantities. Of course, there is one function f phi that is hanging. No, but f phi is that quantity which we have written. You know, I think we have defined at one place. Yes. So now let us see. I have written something here. What? So this. This is the solution. So from this one we see that the lengthwise, now what is the variation of x? X equal to 0 minus L by 2 plus L by 2. How does Nx phi vary? X equal to 0, x going, so it is negative, so it will go like this. Negative. When it goes negative, so it will become positive. So it will go like this. So this is the variation of Nx phi. Along, is it okay? We have taken origin in the center, x. When you put positive, it is negative, so it is like this. Is it okay? What is the variation of x? Nx. Just see. When x equal to 0, when x equal to 0, it is L square by 8r minus this quantity. Some quantity is there, negative. And when L equal to minus, x equal to minus, so minus will become what? Plus, no? Minus or plus, it will be same quantity. So basic thing is, and there is a negative sign. So, and plus it is a quadratic. So it will be, variation will be like this. Yes. Is it 0 here? Please check up. L by 2? 0. L by how? Because this is 4, L square, so 0. So, okay. So this is the variation of Nx. Now can you remember these two variations, please? This is a function of x and this is also a function of x. Do you have any idea about what are these? One is shear force in a beam. And this is the bending moment. So, x direction, this is the way bending moment varies in a beam, Nx is varying, and the Nx phi, the shear, the in-plane shear Nx phi is varying in a way our shear force in a beam varies. So this must be, so this is what lengthwise distribution of shearing force Nx phi is the same as that of the transverse shear force of a simple beam of a span L and carrying a uniformly distributed load. Is it okay? Because this is as per distributed load. So this is same as this and distributed load. And this is the bending moment with a distributed load. I mean, it is just to remember. Second one is the force Nx are distributed in x direction as the bending moments of such a beam. So this also you have seen. This indicates that a cylindrical shell with these boundary conditions really acts like a beam. This is acting like a beam, transmitting all its load to the two diaphragms at the ends of the span L. The distribution of nx phi nx over the cross section, the distribution of nx phi and nx over the cross section, how does this vary as a function of phi? This is the variation as function of x. How does it vary as a function of phi? So this is what I am trying to now. The distribution of nx phi and nx over the cross section cannot be derived from the beam formula. I mean, whatever we have got, but is governed by equation 1. Of course, equation 1 means your original shell equation that I had derived. Equation 1. Yes. As a function of phi, nx phi, yes, this can be found out as a function of phi from the equation. So this next one is as a function of phi we have tried to find out. Yes, one. I think I will stop here after giving this, because this I just wanted to tell you that even in a simple problem, when we solve through analytical solution, because of course, you see, now I am not in touch with mathematics, but still, see, mathematics is the base of engineering. Without mathematics, you cannot do good engineering. Nowadays, they say you cannot do also good medical studies without mathematics. You need lot of mathematics to understand the phenomena that is going on inside our body. You know, so many things are there. You know, the blood is flowing through cell. By the way, we have got lot of cells inside our body. All the tubes, so they are all cells. You know, nothing but so. Water and the blood is flowing, so the effect of, and those are all elastic body. So in biomedical engineering or biomechanics, this is what we do. Biomechanics, you know, so this is the basic knowledge. Cell, plate, in fact cell is the base for biomechanics. Without cell you cannot study biomechanics. Biomechanics means all the body, whatever is going on inside the body, what is the mechanics of that? How is the effect of forces and tractions and the deformations of the various members? So please understand the cell is very important, and if you want to study, you have to have good mathematics. Of course, this is very simple mathematics that we are doing. We have taken time because especially I'm little out of touch, but still it is okay. This is so this we can find out the variation of this as a function of phi, that we have not found out. See, these quantities are varying both as a function of x as well as phi. How will you find out as a function of phi? See, there is an equation originally, if you see in the first class, we derived the equation here. Here. N phi is a function of c, here, there. So we will have to find out. Once you know these quantities, then please go back to the equation and try to find out from here. So it is possible to find out what is this, and then there is a small further problem, because we have not specified 4203. So as a function of nx phi and nx as a function of phi can be computed from the basic equilibrium equations. From the basic equilibrium equations. So now I will just take a case of self-weight. Let us take an example, an extension. I I think this was an example, but then example of diaphragm supported shell. So we are taking, let us say that is the shell is subjected to self weight. This shell is circular profile, particular example, case of circular profile of radius A. This is radius A is subjected to self, see, it looks to be simple, but it's very complicated and very important. Self weight of the shell itself, the self weight of the shell itself. This is the horizontal profile, lengthwise, length is there. Self weight. Now self weight, how does the self weight? So if P is the unit, P is the weight per unit surface. If some P is weight per unit surface, then what is P phi? Please, supposing you are here, self weight will be acting like this. Then it has to be taken into two components, this and this. This is Pn, of course, negative or positive, that you have to see, and this is P phi. So this one is P, and this is so P phi will be equal to P sin and Pn minus P cos phi. Of course, Px is 0. Substitute in the equations 4. I'm sorry, last equation. Whatever the last equation, let us see. This was the last equation. So let us see here, Pn. Equation 1 to 4. So n phi equal to Pn into R. Pn equal to minus Pa cosine phi. Next, what is F phi? Next, what is F phi? Silence, please. This is what is F phi. Yes. What was the expression for F phi? P phi plus 1 by R dn phi by d phi. D phi or dx? D phi. Nothing is function of x. Everything is a function of phi. So this is P phi equal to P sin phi. I am just giving you a simple example of how. Then P phi plus 1 by R plus or minus, it is plus or minus. Plus may minus be plus 1 by R. N phi 1 by R. 1 by R is A, na? A is radius is A, 1 by R, A, and I have written here Pa sin phi. This A, नहीं, if minus is there तो 0 हो जाएगा. प्लस कैसे आ रहा है बता रहा हूं. प्लस ही आएगा ना. So 2P sin phi, P phi, and therefore this is equal to this. Therefore nx phi equal to minus x f phi. So now we have got x phi, so it is minus 2px See, now you are getting actual values. So far it was a function of phi and this. So now you can see that yes, f phi can be found out. F phi can be found out. So now this is this. So this is this, and finally nx minus 1 by 8r L square minus 4x square d f phi by d phi. This is the formula. So please substitute minus 1 by 8a L square minus 4x square, and what is the value of this d phi by yes, this is equal to, yes, so this will become cosine. This will become only 2p cosine phi. So 2p cosine phi, 2p. See, this self weight is non-symmetric load, by the way. You have a cylinder, full cylinder, horizontally placed. Self weight is acting non-symmetrically. It is a non-symmetrically loaded cell of revolution. Self weight is not symmetrical. Self weight. Internal pressure will be symmetric, but not self weight. So nx will be this one, and that nx comes out to be therefore minus p by 4a 4x square cos phi. So what is the value of we find that on generator, that is phi equal to plus minus phi by 2. Generator, yes. How does what is the value of variation of phi with respect to n phi? If we cut away the lower half of the what is the value of n phi? N phi is equal to how much? N phi is equal to this. So cos pi by 2 will be 0, no? Cos 0 equal to 1, cos pi by, so this is 0, phi by 2 wherever, n phi. From wherever you measure, Now if you cut away, this is important. See, so now the shell is, I'm just trying to, it is, so even in a simple case, there are a lot of membrane theory also, not that you get all the things, So we can get now all the values. Now let us take only half the shell, top half. Top half means it is like this. We cut into bottom half, and so it is like this. And this one is diaphragm. This is a stiff diaphragm. Okay, radius A. So this is, so we have cut it. What is nx phi? See, nx phi to px. So x equal to, so as a function of phi it is phi equal to 0, it is 0, phi equal to 90 it will be some value it will be. So, so if you measure phi from the top, phi is being measured from the top, see from here, this is phi equal to 0. Okay, that is why we are phi is being measured from there. So if you measure this, you will get here that there will be, and this is the center point, this is x equal to you get nx phi will be there. There is a change of sign, nx phi, change of sign we have plotted already, nx phi in plane shear, positive, negative. So this is negative, this is positive. Signs are different. Yes, so this is very important. So in order to see, the basic idea is this is nx phi. I have cut it, the value of nx phi is this. So, but then this has to be transmitted. If I want to use this as a shell, open shell, then I must, because here nx phi is what? Nx phi, you see, if it is a shell, if there is nothing here, it has to be 0, na? See, if it is shell here, but I have cut it, so I am seeing that yes, there is a non-zero value of nx phi that is occurring there. Is it okay? Nx phi is varying like this from positive to negative, like this. This is nx phi. So that is one reason why if you see any shell, you see also on the main building there are 3-4 shells, I think four barrel shells are there. These edges are never, we cannot leave it just like that. No, cannot leave it free. What is done, that we always attach a member here, a very heavy member here, which we call a stiffener. A beam, a vertical beam will attach here, a thick beam, so that beam can, that beam should be able to take this load, and then because this is top is compression, so at the bottom there has to be, you see, because this beam also has to be in equilibrium. So if it is top is like this and the bottom has to be so that it is in a state of equilibrium, tensile. So there will be an edge beam, this is called edge beam. Edge beams are always provided at the free edges of the shell. Edge beam means stiffeners, heavy stiffeners are provided so that it can absorb this load, and otherwise, you have the problem. Your membrane theory is giving you this problem. It is all happening because of the membrane theory. Had it been a bending theory, at the edge you would have got zero forces. See, at the edge it has to be zero force. No force should occur. But then it is not occurring. So therefore, you have this edge beam, and so the need for an edge beam comes. Edge. To take this load here. Now there is a further thing that I can go on and discuss only this problem of a open barrel shell, but then it will take a lot of time. I think what I will do is I will try to summarize here. Certainly we have not done a very thorough study of plates and shells. But as far as the theories are concerned, we have done everything. The fundamentals are covered. What is not covered, because we did not get time, I mean time is limited, is the application part. Application part means the solution of problem, designing of these members. Now, but then with this knowledge, I mean whatever little knowledge that you have got, I think it should be possible for you to pick up this study on your own, design members when you are confronted with a problem. Because basically, see, we in IIT, our main motto or philosophy is not to teach too much. We don't teach design too much, because we know not all of you are going to do this design, maybe one of you or one or two. But certainly you must know the fundamentals, and you also must know where it will be available. In case you have to design, and then if you have this fundamental knowledge, then by studying yourself, you should be able to understand, yes, this is NX5, this is there, so how to design the edge beam. Edge beam has to be designed for a tensile force of this NX5, because edge beam also you have to design so that it can take that force. So all these things will come, and because self-reading, most of us have, whatever we have learnt is only through self-reading, not by, of course we need a guru in the beginning to give you direction, to give you, to show you the direction. But later on, everything, most of us, because when I graduated, there was no matrix methods of structures. There were no computers. Digital computers in 1967 had not arrived in India. They had arrived only at two places, just on the same year. One was IIT Kanpur, and second one was at Jadavpur University. IBM 1620, the famous IBM 1620, which housed, a big building, which was housed in a big building. And the job that it could do was very, very simple, but still it was a very interesting thing to see how every part was moving, how the calculations were done. So numerical methods had not developed. We were not teaching numerical methods. But that was the beginning of the numerical, emphasizing numerical method. Because these analytical solution method you can do, but you can do in a limited way. I can solve only few problems like this. But then this is necessary. You cannot say that I must not do. Unless you know analytical, you will not realize the importance, you will not realize what are the limitations. So analytical solutions are important. But then for practical problem, you have to solve it through what is called numerical methods. And there are two general methods, finite difference and finite elements. Now finite elements have taken over finite difference. There are certain, of course we teach several courses, I think mechanical teaches, civil teaches. So these days, the design office requirement is that you must cross-check your design, any complicated design of shell, nuclear power plant, aircraft structures, including buildings, because our buildings have become now, they are not one story or two stories, in like earlier days, or a gable frame, simple, which you can do by hand. You have a multi-story building. In Bombay, in the last how many years? Last couple of years, and now you are finding, because I am there in a committee of environmental, now proposals are coming for 100-story buildings, Most of the buildings that developers are now, they are all going above 150 meters. 150 meters, yes, 150 meters. Minimum is 150 meters. 150 meters, divide that by 3 meters, because every floor around, so you will get some, how many floors. And so if you design that for earthquake, for wind forces, for live load, dead load, so that also requires computer. And frame is nothing but discrete beam element, column element, slab element joined together. So it also fits into the concept of finite element. Finite element is nothing but combination of smaller parts to form a big one. So joining the elements to form the total is the concept of finite element, satisfying all the continuity requirement, all the equilibrium requirement. So that is the basics of finite element which we teach. So you have got to learn, a good engineer has to learn these days these basics courses. You cannot forget. You cannot say that these plates and shells is no longer required, because unless you study, you will not know these theories. You will not, because finite element is based upon this. The element that is there, even if you use a ready-made program, it will be based upon some theory, and for that you have to study. So please, I hope whatever little has been imparted will be useful to you basically, and you will find some use someday, not necessarily immediately. So I wish you all the best, and do well wherever you are there, and whichever field you work in. And now I think most of you are in the end of first year. This is the first year or the final year, first year of masters or final year of undergraduate. So you will all be completing after 1 year. So anyway, my request is, please take some projects in the area of shells and plates, because all the projects are very interesting. And there are many things that need to be done. It is not that, while in the case of buildings and normal machine design, most of the things have been done. But in the case of plates and shells, you have many new areas, new problems that need to be solved. Okay, so this will help you in taking your projects. So okay, so our just to remind you, our final examination is on 19th morning.